welcome back everybody to another night of Nemesis action. We are here for our second matchup of the night where we got Faded versus Origin. And I'm joined by the man who just was sweating bullets on stream, pulling out the Game 5 dub, Kinetic.
Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, what a last game. This is going to be just as exciting, to be honest. It's going to be such a close series between the two teams. This could go either way at this point.
Yeah, we got a few players from the Prospect League from Season 3. Most notably, we got Midnight and Jaegers from the past season. And we also got a few come-ups this season. I think Zingy's team is one of the more notable ones on Faded. And I think both these teams are on the come-up here between Faded and Origin, so it should be close here to see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very close matchup, to be honest. I think Faded have got their mechanics over them, but I think it's going to be a very, very close, fast series. It's going to be a very high-level prospect. I think this is two of the top teams we've got in Prospect this season. So.
And Midnight used to be on the Banshees, which was my org affiliate, and I know he wanted to get off the team as soon as the season ended, so I'm interested to see how Faded plays out with him for the rest of the season, but he's definitely a solid player, and maybe if he can work pretty well with Zingy's team, or Zabungi, excuse me. And I'm not sure who the third is, I'm going to be honest.
I think it's Pygo. Is Pygo maybe Faded? I'm not entirely sure, but all I know is the Faded team, they've got such a strong roster anyway. In Midnight and Zabungi, Midnight being the only person that actually gave me a loss in Prospect last season, so still a bit of hate for him there. But we have to see how they go. It's gonna be a very close matchup.
Yeah, and one of the players couldn't figure out how to join the lobby correctly, so we are getting this one back up, and they should be getting on in here for a second so we could get this second series of the night underway. But you got any pre-match predictions here, Kinetic?
I'm gonna have to stick with Faded. I've played with Midnight Zabungi quite a lot, and I've seen the ability that they can bring out, and I think they're gonna take this one 3-1.
Alrighty, I think I might have to go with Faded. I'm gonna go Game 5 though, 3-2 fashion, and it is actually Pygo that's going to be on Origin, who played in Prospect last season as well on Ember, and we'll have to see if he can get on a winning team here in Origin this time. It's now Midnight in the midfield, not finding the touch. Jaeger's getting a good 50 off to the side. Parallax beating out Pygo. All the Faded players clustered in the midfield. As Parallax rotating back, still able to get it over everyone using all his boost. Searching for that demo, but couldn't quite find it. And Jaegers with the early touch is going to give it straight to Zabungi. It's Midnight cutting Parallax. Going to allow Parallax for the shot, but a lot of time for Pygo to work his way into this dribble off the sidewall. Looking for the pass down to the mid. Slow play, but not quite able to get it through again. And to start off this first minute, we got a lot of midfield control as a shot gets put on, but a great save from Zabungi. Pygo up again, and we're starting to see some action here, Kinetic.
I told you that these guys' mechanics are near enough challenger level, in my opinion. These guys just look amazing. As Midnight carries one, and Zabungi left with the open net, and it's 1-0 to Faded.
Yeah, you as soon as you said the word mechanics, Midnight pulling out a good air dribble. Parallax kind of with the risky demo attempt right there. Maybe should have just waited for the 50, but either way, Zabungi able to clean it up off that great play from Midnight right there.
Kind of concerned the Parallax was going to make the save there on the wrong team.
Yeah, a little close there, but still able to secure the goal just past the minute mark. And Midnight definitely the player to look out for in those situations. Now, Lightning God, shot of his own, and Jaegers couldn't find the bump onto Parallax. Parallax was just sitting in there, and Jaegers flew right past him. Another good 50 from Midnight. Putting Origin on the back foot, and Jaegers not enough boost to get up for that challenge. And Origin in a little bit of a disarray at the moment. Again, as the shot leaving in front of the net, Jaegers able to pull it out at the last second. As Zabungi comes flying in, unable to find a touch. Midnight off his own sidewall. Now in the 1v1 is Pygo, and he's going to slip it in off the side, but it's not quite in. The follow-up is there from Lightning God, though.
Yeah, they just started to pile on a lot of pressure. I was just about to say that the guys giving a lot of respect to each other and allowing each other a lot of time. But then Origin just up it and put loads of pressure on, and LTN just left with an open goal.
Yeah, the respect a little too much there from Parallax. He was kind of just sitting on the back post, and that allowed Pygo to put that shot on the near post, almost able to slot it in himself. But once again, another good play or good shot that didn't quite go in, resulting for a goal for both these teams. And off the kickoff, quick action, and Lightning God's going to get another one.
Again, Lightning God just keeping so much pressure on the back foot. He saw Parallax was awkward and he just managed to slot it straight into the top corner.
Yeah, Zabungi, Parallax, they were kind of just staring at each other on the goal line, wondering who was going to go. And honestly, neither of them were in a good position to try and make any quality touch on that. And now Origin coming back from the 1-goal deficit to be up one of their own.
Origin are definitely starting to put a lot of pressure on these guys, just sitting there and keeping them pinned in their own areas, taking all of the boost. Surely this pressure has to slow down at some point.
Yeah. Faded. They started off pretty hot, but now Origin kind of clapping back. Another good shot from Pygo, just missing its mark. As Lightning God's going to turn quick and shut down the counterattack. Another one almost going in. And we were kind of hyping up Faded before this match, but they still got 2 minutes to work with. But Origin, they're looking really good at the moment. I'm not sure if you're seeing anything from Faded specifically they need to improve on.
They just need to control the midfield a little bit more. They're just taking touches and giving them possession straight back to Origin. They're just not making any difference from the touches following it or putting any pressure on these.
Yeah, a mistake coming out from Origin, almost leading in another shot opportunity. Jaeger's getting a good save, but only to Zabungi, as Pygo will clear that across his own net. And Faded starting to mount some pressure, but still Origin hanging on. Another solid clear there, as Midnight will surely bang this one back. Up over to Parallax. Can he find the redirect? Over the crossbar. Midnight leaving it for Zabungi, but not enough time. And Jaeger's sitting with the open net. Can he convert? He cannot, and that's going to fall out. Lightning God, and a calamity for Origin.
Origin were left with a 3-1. Zabungi overcommitted in the midfield as third man, and all Jaegers had to do was put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, just sometimes the open nets are the hardest ones to hit, and maybe his teammates just didn't know he let him have enough time, but I mean, either way, he's got to convert on that, as Faded still have a minute here to try and tie this game up.
Yeah, Faded right now just looking extremely awkward. They look boost starved 90% of the time, and they're just not they're not getting rid of that pressure.
Yeah, as you say that though, Midnight, solid challenge from his own box as Zabungi makes another mistake as third man, but Midnight sneaking it past one, trying to get it past Pygo, but the ball stuck in this corner. It's Parallax again. This ball continues to be stuck in this corner as a missed challenge coming out from Zabungi. Midnight on the dribble in the 1v2. Still able to keep it in this orange half, as now Origin have been stuck for the last 30 seconds. Pygo with a great save off to the side, forcing the double commit though. It's now Lightning God in the 1v1. In the final seconds here, Kinetic. Faded are going to have to pull something out.
Yeah, they've got to look for something special right now, whether that's going to be a bit of a midnight mechanical genius again, or I don't know what they're going to do, but it looks like this game's closed out.
Yeah, indeed. The ball will touch the ground off that double commit, and kind of a sour way to end for Faded. They got such a hot start, sitting at 9 shots, actually out shooting Origin only by 1, but they got that great play from Midnight to start it off. Good momentum starter. And then Origin kind of got 2 easy goals right back, and honestly should have had a third one. So Faded's offense, it looks good, but defense just wasn't up to snuff to start off the series.
Yeah, I mean, that's showed the difference so far. I think I've said it every time I've been on stream, but defense wins games, and obviously Origin coming out with 5 saves and Faded only coming out with 4, but that one extra save is what made the difference.
And we saw in the series you were just playing in between the race and the Papayas that the defense was key. One just tiny slip up right around Challenger League and up, one little mistake, the speed of play, it will make the difference. But even Prospect, one tiny little mistake can also make the difference as well, even though the pace of play is a little slower. And we saw Jaegers, he had the mistake pinned, had the open net, but couldn't convert. But more often than not, Faded's mistakes outweighed Origin's, and that's what led Origin to take the first game at least.
Yeah, most definitely. I think for this game, Faded definitely just start improving the midfield, holding the ball a bit more, and just stop giving away possession so much, because that's why they kept having so much pressure taken on them. What do you think, Bagels?
Yeah, I think they just need the Zabungi as third man was a little suspect to start off the series here. We'll have to see how they make adaptations for game 2 and on, but I'm looking at Zabungi right now. It seemed like Midnight and Parallax had a connection between the two of them, and Zabungi, he just couldn't find the touches when Faded needed them most, but still plenty of time left in this series for Faded to come back into it.
Yeah, most definitely, especially only been in game 2. Hopefully nerves will start settling down. We'll put game 1 down to nerves, and hopefully from game 2 they'll start coming back.
Definitely is. Lightning God looking to take it past, and there's Zabungi getting a good touch, getting another, beating out the whole Origin team. As Pygo balling out his own teammate, awkward off the backboard, but nobody can find the touch. As Jaegers safely gets it away into the midfield, as Pygo has to make another save.
Yeah, you
Now
don't
on
just see open nets missed in Prospect. There was a couple missed in our game as well.
As now off the demo, Parallax last back, he little hesitant, goes for the boost steal, and by the time he does go, Midnight comes flying out of the net. And
Yeah.
another misrotation from Faded, giving Origin an easy goal.
Yeah, their positioning just looks extremely awkward, and Origin are just looking to play around that and just capitalize on their mistakes all the time.
Yeah, and Origin, they've been awkward themselves on defense, but more often than not, it seems like Jaegers had to make some saves right on the goal line inside the box. There's another one from the man himself, and every time they're able to send these shots away. And Origin, they're just coming to play on defense at the moment.
I don't know what is going on with Faded right now, but they just look so sloppy. They don't want to. They've got no momentum going for them. I don't know what's going on with their comms, but they're just playing slow. They're missing so much. Really unusual to see from Faded.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Faded's schedule has been up until this point, although here's a shot opportunity. Midnight, it goes in, but not a confident shot at all. We're just talking about how they're not looking clean, and that just did look so awkward for him.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really nice pass set up from Zabungi to beat the second man, but Midnight just looked scared going for that shot as if he thought he was going to miss.
Yeah, either way, I'm expecting more from Midnight after he pulled off that great play in game 1. I mean, granted, the goal found its way into the net, but either way, Midnight with the slow shot. It's a slow roller, but it'll get the job done. But I was going to say, I'm not sure what Faded's schedule has been up until this point, but Origin has been looking good as of late, so maybe just weren't expecting this much fight out of Origin.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. I mean, sometimes you can underrate the underdogs a little bit, and it put a lot of pressure on yourselves when they do go one game up.
And now, Lightning got in the midfield. Good bang on the net. Zabungi there on the backboard to send it away, but straight back to the midfield. Jaegers with the shot, but he couldn't find the touch. That's going to allow a tactical whiff with another shot on Pygo there, and he'll get it in off the rebound.
What an amazing first save from Midnight. The ball was 90% in, just an amazing save, and then Pygo just follows his touch, and no one there to help Midnight at all.
Yeah, and Jaegers missing that ball in the box kind of worked as a tactical whiff there for Lightning God to put the original one on net, but
We call
that
those
great
fakes
save
down
from
here.
Midnight, just couldn't get it out.
We call those fakes down here.
Yeah. It's now Midnight rushing in, getting this one to the corner, looking to beat it past Pygo, but Pygo able to keep this one in the corner. Lightning God there, sending it out. Midnight half rotating, keeping the pressure up. He's got a lot of space to work with. Origin are respecting Midnight a lot at the moment. It's now on the opposite side. Parallax, not a very good hit off to the side, but Midnight again, the person there to collect the ball up for another, was looking for the bump, but wasn't able to sneak it through. And we were looking for Zabungi to step up, but now Parallax and Zabungi, it just seems like Midnight's the only player on the field touching the ball for Faded at the moment.
Yeah, he's definitely seeming like the carry right now. Hopefully the other two can like this show, we get a little bit more of a closer game, but right now Midnight's mechanics are just looking so much better than everybody else who's on the pitch.
Yeah, he's just a certified ball chaser at the moment, and it's keeping his team somewhat in this game, although they're still down a goal. Final minute, weren't able to mount the comeback in game 1, but still got a lot of time to work with. Pygo getting the demo on 1. As Midnight rushing in again, gets ace combated out of the sky. And Pygo will turn on this in the midfield, getting a good 50. Lightning for the shot, putting it on. Midnight last back, and he can't find a good save this time, and Origin will find the 2-goal lead they were looking for.
Amazing placement from LTN God there. That was just perfect and left Midnight extremely awkward. He just couldn't reach it.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Midnight did just get demoed and he came off the spawn, and I think he boosted over to the corner boost, but there was no boost to be had. And by the time he came back, the shot was already top right, and he probably only had about 10 boost and just couldn't get up for that one. And then now the rotation was starting to look a little solid from Faded, but a couple of demos were able to break it, as the main talking point for Faded here has been that defense, their rotation just not where it needs to be, as Origin continuing to put these shots on. Only sitting at 6, but still outweighing Faded at the moment, as now down by 2, 40 seconds. It will probably be another Origin victory that's going to put them up at 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, I mean, 2-0 up to Origin. I mean, neither of us thought that was going to be the case at all. I mean, they're just playing so much better than what Faded are at the minute. They actually look like a team. Faded just slowly starting to look a bit more lost as they get further in.
Yeah, as another one almost rolling in. But either way, final seconds counting down. Origin will secure this one as Jaegers will clean that up and get another goal for himself.
Jaeger's ended up with an open net just from a nice, a bit of a whiff from Midnight actually. Just left him with an open net. Zabungi was just left stranded and nothing to do.
Yeah, not much you could do there if you're Zabungi as the third man. But you know what? I should have had more faith in my boy Jaegers. He can step up at times. Granted, that was an easy goal for him right there, but either way, Origin looking dominant. And I wasn't too familiar with Lightning God before, but definitely remember Pygo from last season. But Origin, they're sitting at 2-2, so I'm not sure exactly what the results were from their first 4 games, but they are looking good at the moment.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Lightning got the same for me. I'd never heard of him before, but he's looking amazing part of the team. He's holding his own. He's playing well in position, and Origin look like a team right now.
Yeah, and anytime they are awkward on defense, they're just finding those saves. And then granted, the one time they slipped up Midnight, he was able to put a slow roller on and honestly should have been there for the shot. But either way, it seems like 90% of the time, Origin and primarily Jaegers are finding these saves on the goal line. And Faded, perhaps if they had better transitions off of defense, just better defense in general, they would be able to put more shots on and eventually might be able to have hopes at breaking down this Origin team. But now they're finding themselves sitting in the reverse sweep scenario, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, right now the Faded are definitely not looking like they're going to get a reverse sweep under any circumstances. They need to change a lot with their game. They need to be a little bit more faster and just start playing like a team. Look for pass plays and just try and outplay Origin. As hard as that may seem right now for them.
Yeah, and I believe one of the Faded players didn't ready up in between that intermission, taking the extra time, maybe trying to get some sort of pep talk going.
Yeah, maybe trying to calm these guys down because right now they just seem panicked.
Yeah, good start off the kickoff, and they're gonna go in a banger from Parallax to go top right.
Yeah, perfect placement there for Parallax. I don't know what Midnight said to him in that interval, but it's seeming to work already.
Yeah, I mean, just a quick transition off the kickoff, a few bumps coming out, and within 7 seconds, they will find themselves in the lead like game 1. And I don't know what it is, I don't know if this is you, but this map is very shiny right now. I don't know if this is like a new thing with the update, but this map is really shiny.
You know, I just thought the exact same thing. I don't know what's going on. I thought it was my eyes at first because it's so late for me, but apparently it's not if you're seeing it as well.
They just turned high gloss mode on. I'm not sure what the update did, but it's like an ice rink at the moment. But Origin, they're going to clap right back off the big clear from Jaegers.
Jaegers with a massive clang from there, all the way back in his own half. The Faded team just didn't seem to rotate. There was no third guy, and they just got left for a perfect shot straight just out of reach of Zabungi.
Yeah, it almost looked like the ball picked up speed off the ceiling. Maybe the high gloss smoothness putting a little bit of extra miles per hour on that ball. But either way, a good hit from Jaegers on the counterattack goal to tie it back up 1-1. And Faded, as quickly as they got the momentum, the quicker it went away, as Zabungi, again as third man, able to find the touch this time. As Parallax will send it to the corner. And
He's just
again,
not
off
looking
the trip.
confident right now.
Yeah,
He just seems to be panicking third man. I don't know if they're playing a different play style, but he just doesn't seem like that's where he's meant to be.
it seems like both Parallax and Zabungi are a little slow in the air on defense, as Midnight is the only one that's playing with a zero hesitation attitude at the moment. Every time Midnight's on the ball, he's looking for bumps, looking to get the quickest approach possible. And Zabungi and Parallax, they're having a little bit of hesitation issues as the net's open again, and Pygo will convert.
Yeah, Zabungi just left awkward yet again. Midnight forming a bit of a double commit. Don't know what's going on comms there, but then Pygo was just left with the open net from Jaeger's pass.
Yeah, Zabungi perhaps hesitating a little too much, and Midnight trying to force a challenge out of that unfortunate situation. And I mean, Zabungi playing too hesitant, Midnight playing too aggressive, and another open goal for Origin. That's about half the goals for them in the series. Jaeger's putting another good one on, and they'll go in off the whiff in the net.
Parallax left with a really awkward touch here that just set Jaegers up perfectly, and he just caught Midnight just out of net slightly, and he just put in that perfect placement out of his reach.
Yeah, and another save that should have been made on the Faded team. None of these shots should really be going in. I mean, Midnight was there. It was a good shot, but Midnight should have found the save. And they got the good goal off the quick off, and now 3 quick ones right back for Origin.
Yeah, I mean that must be a massive hole in the wound right now. They thought there was something out in the comeback start off really well, but they've just slowly gone back into the same rut. I don't know what's wrong with these guys right now.
Yeah, still 3 minutes to work with. Only a 2-goal deficit as now Origin make a mistake of their own. Double commit, but Faded not able to convert on it as once again Zabungi and Parallax clustered together. And nobody was ready to pounce on that ball. Here's Parallax off the backboard. Pygo not able to find the touch. Midnight getting a good 50 to keep it in this half. And Zabungi, it seems like he's been back for what seems like 20 seconds. Finally rushing in. And we're just about to approach halftime, and Zabungi, he's barely cleared 20 points at the moment.
Yeah, I've said from the start, these guys are giving way too much respect to each other. They're not shutting each other down. They're just allowing Origin to play their game. And Faded just seem stuck in their own half the entire time.
Yeah, and anytime they do, the story of this series has been anytime Faded can put shots on, Origin are finding these saves. Granted, they've only had to make 2 this time, but a good pass to the midfield, and finally is in the right spot where he matters most.
What an amazing pass, a lovely bit of pressure from there from Midnight. Perfect pass down to Zabungi, just snapped him out of the air, and Zabungi just left with the open goal.
Midnight, just the certified ball chaser, hitting that ball 3 times that dished that one perfectly out in the middle, and that's the speed that Faded needs to play with if they're going to have any hope of coming back in this series against Origin. And Zabungi finally had the confidence to push his way up into the field, right into Origin's box to sneak that one in.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from right now, but they're finally starting to find a bit of pressure from Faded.
Yes, here's Zabungi again, off the sidewall, getting it past another, but only over to Lightning God. We'll dish that one onto the backboard. Midnight not able to find a touch, but Lightning God couldn't convert on another open net. As now Pygo left in the 1v2. Zabungi trying to get it to the middle. Parallax there, but unable to find the shot on the net, instead keeping it into the corner. As Midnight will continue to harass everybody on the Origin team. Dishing it to the middle again. Zabungi couldn't find the connection this time, and another opportunity gone awry for Faded.
Yeah, Midnight again with a lovely pass. All Zabungi had to do was get a touch, and that was another goal, and all of a sudden they're straight back in this game.
Yeah, still confidence mounting for Faded. Zabungi not able to find the touch off the backboard. It was a tough one to read, but still Faded under duress. Another opportunity as Jaegers was looking for the bump on the last man. And again, as soon as Faded's confidence dropped, they're right back stuck on defense as a pass out to the middle. Lightning God kind of cutting off Jaegers, and now that's going to put them in the 1v1 situation. But Midnight lost the dribble and used up all his boost. It's now another counterattack. Jaegers unable to put that one in a threatening spot. Lightning committing hard as third man. And now Jaegers again with another shot on the net. Good save coming out from Zabungi. And final seconds here again. Every game they've been within striking distance, Kinetic, but they haven't been able to find one.
Yeah, they're getting striking distance, but they're just not being able to find that final touch. And Origin are just holding the midfield, and it's just keeping so much pressure on Faded that when they do get out, they just forget how to shoot.
And another whiff in the midfield. They will have to find a 0-second opportunity. On the dribble is Midnight, getting over one. Parallax extending the play, and Midnight, he
No.
couldn't find the touch. Maybe if he put that one on net, I'm not sure if he would have found the angle, and Zabungi was too far back either way, but if that had been a miracle play, and that will be kind of an easy sweep coming out from Origin. Not much resistance from Faded.
Faded just didn't seem like they wanted to play. Origin just they showed up, they were ready, they were playing as a team, they're playing really well. They played amazing today, but they just seem to want it more than Faded. Faded just didn't want anything to do with them right now.
Yeah, so much hesitation from both Parallax and Zabungi. I'm not sure if this is the starting roster or what their fourth player is, but either way, Zabungi and Parallax have been solid players in the past, so should be able to support Midnight. But either way, they were just so hesitant. Midnight seemed like the only person who had the confidence to just ball chase the ball like nobody else on the pitch, even on the other side. Pygo was solid, but Midnight appeared to be the standout player of the series.
Yeah, I mean most definitely, and I believe that that is their starting roster. In fact, just to confirm, and but they just didn't look like they were meant to be a starting roster together. I mean, they were just under each other's feet whenever they did have possession. They didn't look like for pass plays as a team. They just didn't hold any pressure. It just looked extremely awkward for them.
Yeah, and it seemed like the only time Faded really wanted it, they really had the confidence to go for some good plays. It was that Midnight air dribble to start off the series, and another play where Midnight found Zabungi right there with that quick pass play from the corner. But either way, Origin, they looked solid on defense, solid on offense, but the main reason that Faded weren't able to even find a win in the series, completely getting 3-0 swept, was that defense and just the hesitation in the rotation. Midnight was just trying to hard carry, but unfortunately it wasn't enough.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Origin looked amazing throughout the series, and I think they're gonna be a real good contender for prospect this season.
Yeah, but Faded will be moving to 3-2, and same for Origin, both tied at 3-2. And they're going to be playing again a second time in the season, and Faded are going to want to have to put up a fight if they're going to want to keep their playoff hopes alive. Granted, it is early, but you got to be looking confident on the field against these teams that you're not going to be playing for a while.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think Faded just lacks confidence throughout. Origin seemed to have thrived with it, and Faded just had nothing.
Well, we both doubted Origin. We thought it would be a 3-1, maybe a 3-2 coming out from Faded, but Origin and Jaegers and company will take the dub. And next up, we are going to be heading back to the prospect. We're going to be looking at the Jaguars versus Velocity, and we'll have that one up for you after the break. Catch you guys then.